My name is Zane. Today we'll be talking about Stella Lumen. Now it's very interesting because I've known about Stella for the past 3, 4 years perhaps. So it's a very interesting cryptocurrency. Now I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but we will be having a really good in-depth look at what Stellar is and how it works and what it hopes to achieve. So guys, remember to hit that subscribe button. I've got like 4 different articles that basically talk about Stella. So this is going to be fascinating to have a full in-depth look at. Now, guys, I have a few different videos that you guys can check out as well. Got plenty of videos I've uploaded recently. Feel free to check those out. We're also available on Twitter if you guys want to subscribe to if you guys want to follow us on Twitter. Got lots of information coming out on a daily basis. Now, let's get involved in this. An intro to Stella. That's one of my first articles that I've got to talk to you guys about, an intro to Stella. Now, if you've heard about Stella before, you know a little bit about it, and I'll hopefully I can teach you something new today. If you don't know about Stella, well, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video. So Stella is an open source network for currency and payment. Stella makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representation of all forms of money: dollar, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so all world financial system can work together in a single network. Stellar has no owner. If anything it owns by the public, the software runs across a decentralized open network and handles millions of transactions each day. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar relies on a blockchain to keep network in sync. But the end user experience is more like cash. Stellar is much faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient than typical blockchain-based systems. That's important to know. I really like this little diagram that's going on here. I really do like that. In fact, I'm going to say that because I like that diagram. Now, I'm a designer myself, so I get really excited about diagrams like these for some reason. Nothing special. Now, what is Stellar? Right? What is Stellar for? Now, the Stellar network launched in 2015. Since its processed more than 450 million operation made by over 4 million individuals account, large enterprises, companies, and companies as small as single dev startups have chosen Stellar to move money and access new markets. From the beginning, Stellar has been a cryptocurrency adjacent, but the software has always been intended to enhance rather than undermine or replace an existing financial system. Whereas, say, Bitcoin Network was made for trading only Bitcoin, Stellar is decentralized system that's great for trading any kind of money in a transparent and efficient ways. Now, when they say trade in Bitcoin, I guess they got their own meaning behind this because people don't just use Bitcoin to trade. People use Bitcoin for a lot of different things, right? So, made for only trading Bitcoin, I'm not too sure what they mean by this, but it's not necessarily a statement that I agree with, especially because I can't understand it. Because obviously we all know Bitcoin is used for multiple different things. For any reason you want to use Bitcoin for, to be honest. I mean, Tesla and Elon Musk are using Bitcoin to store their money because they realize that they'll earn more on Bitcoin rather than putting their money in the bank. So yeah, that's just a brief introduction of what's possible. So the Stellar network as a native digital currency, where the Lumen that's required in small accounts for initializing my accounts and making transactions. You can read more about that here. Now, there's another article where you can get some more information about that, guys. So it's interesting that they talk about the traditional dollar and the dollar token. They talk about these as well. So that might seem unexceptional. Issuing electronic credit for dollars is basically what any American bank does thousands of times a day. But in a global system, this one-to-one promise of a token for currency has important implications. For instance, no matter how a token moves through the economy, the underlying dollar never leaves our bank account in the United States. So suppose someone loaned their tokens to someone else who then uses them to buy a car. No bank has to settle the purchase or approves the loan. And furthermore, it doesn't matter if the seller of the car lives in Mexico or if the seller of the car lives in Mexico or Singapore or anywhere, they can still own the token and own and can trade them however they please. So that's important to know. So who built on Stella? So who's building on the Stellar system? So for end users, Stellar is fast, efficient network for trading, saving, and spending digital money. For builders, it's open financial infrastructure. Anyone can access this. There is no permission or application needed. That basket of currency tokens we just mentioned, those are on the network ready to use. We have euros, dollars, Bitcoin, Mexican pesos, Argentina pesos, Brazilian reals, and Nigerian naira. So the perspective issue handles digital redemption and compliance, so the buildings can focus on end users experience. So it's interesting to mention that as well. They talk about how Stella work as well, and where is Stella going. I'm more interested in where Stella is going. To put it very simple, Stella enables a future where everybody can send money anywhere affordably. That's important, affordably, so low fees, and quickly, which means there's low latency. There's more throughput, which means that there's more transactions that can happen on the network. We at the Stellar Development Foundation believe that we can only unlock the true power of the modern digital economy when value can flow unincubated around the globe. That's what Stellar is for, and that's what Stellar is going to do. That's good. That's good. So essentially, Stellar hopes to do what Bitcoin does, which is to be fast, secure, freedom of use, but faster than Bitcoin, way faster than Bitcoin, and obviously much lower fees. Because as we know, Bitcoin, of its high price, got some high fees. You look at Ethereum, similar thing. Ethereum got some ridiculously high fees. So trying to solve this problem is not easy. But if they do solve these problems and they become true competitors of Ethereum and Bitcoin, well, I mean, take a guess, guys. Take a guess. Now, let me just say, this coin used to be super cheap because I bought some of this coin once. Now, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving financial advice, but it's really good to see how far this coin has came from. It's really good to see how much it's been developing, and it's not the first time it's been extremely high. Back in 2018 January, it was extremely high as well. So it's had its highs, its lows, like many cryptocurrencies, but it's still pushing on. It's got a huge supply though, which I must say, a huge supply does tend to hinder a lot of cryptocurrencies from hitting that $1,000, that $10,000, because it's got a huge supply. But that doesn't mean that there's not money to be made. That doesn't mean that it can't 10x, 20x, 50x, and 100x. It can still do that as long as the project does what it says it will. As long as the project prove to be the best option for the people, because people are the key right here. So if you're building something, you're thinking, how is this going to improve people's life? How is this going to benefit people the most? Like Bitcoin. The more it benefits someone is the more successful it will be. So obviously I've got some more information around Stellar. They talk about the consensus mechanism, shedding light on the blockchain's native currency, and obviously Stellar's gold. Now we've already talked about Stellar's gold, but the aim for Stellar blockchain is to facilitate transactions of any currency. Stellar native cryptocurrency is called Lumen, with the smallest unit known as Stroops, guys, kind of like how units of Bitcoins are called Satoshi. So your Stellar account needs to keep a minimum of one Stellar Lumen on it at all times. It's a unique consensus mechanism, allow transactions to be verified within seconds at minimal cost. That's good. That's really good. So yeah, it's a brief introduction to Stellar itself. So Stellar is an open network for storing and moving money, and it wants to do this on a global scale where it's much easier, borderless and limitless power. It wants to do this in a way that puts the early cryptocurrencies to shame. honestly. To shame, to absolute shame. Now, Stella is a decentralized protocol for sending and receiving money, as we know. The key word there is decentralized, guys. That's key. You can hold a balance with a gateway, which is a network participant you can trust and accept deposits in exchange for credit on the network. Stella also comes with a built-in digital currency referred to as the Stellar. So it's important to know that they talk about their development as well, guys. We're developing Stellar as part of a non-profit organization. The Stellar Development Foundation, the code is open source. Key word is open source, and anyone is welcome to join the project. If you're interested in follow Stellar development or helping us build the network, just jump into our IRC room, Stellar Dev on Freenode, or browse the forum. You can start building applications on top of Stellar now, guys, now. So it's really nice to see so many web developers interacting with cryptocurrencies and running nodes and just being a part of the community to help these cryptocurrencies hit the goals and targets that they intend on doing. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been really fascinating. Thank you for watching, and obviously check out these websites to learn more because it's really fascinating stuff. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and share this with your friends. Tell everyone about Stella. It's a brilliant project. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.